Evening, gang, and welcome to our little chat show. Sunday night, the 25th of January, 2025. A warm welcome along to you. And what a nice day, actually. Sun's been out here, hasn't been too wet. Since I come back from that wonderful holiday that so many of you enjoyed watching the little videos and bits and pieces there, it hasn't been too bad, because when I left, we were in minus territory. Yes! Ice on the ground, snow everywhere. Well, there wasn't quite snow everywhere, but you know what I mean. It was blooming cold, and then I went there and had a nice time. I thought it was all right, but the regulars that were in Fuerteventura when I was there were all complaining, oh, it's not like this usually. Oh, it's a lot warmer than this usually. Well, it wasn't this time, apparently. We had a bit of a rain, and one thing I noticed on the Canaries is that you get some wind there. Oh my word! As you're walking along the beach, there's some serious wind going there. Anyway, there we are. Now, if you're new to the show, and I think there probably will be one or two new people today, you're very welcome. The format of the show is just me sitting here, chin wagging away to you. Oh, I meant to get something ready. Hang on. Let me just see if that works. Oh, please don't ask for the password. Please don't ask for the password. Please. Please, oh, didn't ask for the password. Happy days, happy days. Okay. Yeah, I just sit here, talk randomly, answer a few of your messages, and sometimes we take a phone call if anyone wants to call in. Okay. Now, the way to get me a message, I am not in the chat box. So if there's a little chat box somewhere on your screen and you're hello, Chris, I can't see that, all right? I'm not in that chat box, and the reason I'm not in there is because it's just too busy with people talking to each other rather than sending me a message. So there's two ways to send me a message. You can, if you're here in the UK, use the text message, okay? On your mobile phone, just simply text. Where is my phone anyway? Oh, there it is. There's my new phone. My new phone. Not new, but it's new to me anyway. Look, all you got to do is text the number up there, 07451 287 337, okay? 07451 287 337, and your message will flash up on the screen. We did have some issues for about 3 weeks with Vodafone people, and they just weren't getting in, but that does appear to have been sorted out now. Happy days with that. Okay, so if you're in the UK, just text over. Now, this is not a premium rate number. It's just like texting your mates. So if you've got, 500 free texts a month, it will use one of those. Okay, if you've got unlimited text, it will use those. You won't get charged for that unless, of course, you do get charged for each text in sort of normal life. So that's the best way to send a message like that. If you can't do it that and you're outside the UK, please use the email address just down there, chris@chrisriordan.co.uk, and that should be fine. All right. I can see Patricia in Manchester. She's straight in there with the messages, aren't you, Patricia? Hello, my darling. She's got nothing to do up there. They've got nothing to do in Manchester. Andy Burnham. Don't like it. Did you watch the news? He's not got the job, has he, love? Oh, well. Good evening, Chris. I enjoyed the London bus tour very much. Congratulations on their wedding. Yes, if you saw the last video I did, which was not planned at all, I was at someone's wedding on Friday morning. Friday afternoon, 12 o'clock Friday afternoon, and I went there and I had this London bus and I had nothing planned. I wasn't going to film everything, but when I saw that London bus, I thought to myself, oh, hang on a minute, just a minute. There we are. What's this? There we go. Okay. Yeah, I saw this London bus. I thought I'll get a few little videos of that. And then as the day went on, I got more and more, and I thought, well, maybe I've got a video here, and I brought it back home. I was so tired Friday night when I got home. It was a long day for me, because I usually have a siesta in the afternoon. Do you do that? Do you have Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've done it since I was about... since I was about 25, because what it was, I was working for British Telecom. I was an engineer, and I was also DJing at night. And we could get a fairly long lunch break. Let's just say that, okay? If we worked hard in the morning and hard in the afternoon, you could kind of build up a little bit of a gap at lunchtime. And I would go home to sleep for 2 hours, and I've never been able to get out of that. And it was the way of being able to do both jobs. Otherwise you just become impossible. And that's why I have a siesta. And as I talk to people, I discover more and more people actually have a little sleep in the afternoon. Some people that I'm talking to, it completely does them in. They can't do it. They say, "Oh, if I go to sleep in the afternoon, that's it. I just can't wake up again." But if you do, I mean, it's lovely. So I've been doing that for years, and that's why I have a 2 hours sleep in the afternoon. Well, of course, at the wedding, I didn't get that, and we're sitting there having dinner, and I start flagging, and there's nothing I can do about it. When people say to you, when you're used to doing that, okay, people say to you, "Oh, you'll be all right just for one day." No, I won't. It's like me coming round to your house at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. So, come on, let's get out for a couple of hours. Well, you wouldn't be able to do it, would you? You know what I mean? And it's the same for people that have siestas in the afternoon. When you try and go without it, and I'm sitting there having this dinner, this lovely lady is chatting away to me. I can't think of her name now. And I said, "Oh, I'm ever so sorry. Oh, I'm flagging a bit now." She said, "Are you all right?" I said, "Well, I usually have a couple of hours sleep now, and so this is going to affect me now for a couple of hours, and then I should come through it okay." And she got me a cup of tea, and I kind of just like, they must have thought of it as ever so rude. There's nothing you can do about it. But I came through it and then carried on. We then went, after the wedding, we went on this bus, which was just amazing. Actually, my friend Alex, he's a bus driver. He came to the karaoke that I host last night. I do a karaoke twice a week. There's a little poster here. Hang on a minute. Let's find a poster for you. Friday, Saturday karaoke. There you go. I do that every week. Actually, this week I'm not there on the Friday because I've got something to do down the church. But Friday and Saturday, 7:30 to 11 o'clock is our karaoke there. It is a gay bar, but we have many people of all different shapes, sizes, whatever, girlfriends, boyfriends, husbands, wives, everyone's welcome there, okay? So it's every Friday and Saturday night at Central Station. And I won't be this week, alrighty? Just to let you know. Now, where was I going with that? I forgot what I was saying now. So I didn't do that on Friday. After the bus ride, and then we had a meal, and then we went to a bar, and I left there round about 7:30, and it was a lovely, lovely day. So if you've seen that video, I hope you enjoyed it. All right, let's read some of your messages then coming through there. Patricia in Manchester, we've said hello to you, my darling. All right, evening to Gary Ross, Mr. Jason's son there. Evening, Jason. Hello to you. He was at the karaoke last night. Apologies, those of you that use the system called Cara Fun. We had a problem with that yesterday, so we just used that. That is only really a bolt-on, if you see what I mean. It's not the main system I use. I've never had a problem with the main system. However, it turns out I'm using an old piece of software for that. So I'm going to try and fix that, especially for you, Jason, for next Saturday, okay? Because I know there's a song that you want to do by Jin, who is like one of those, I think it's one of those South Korean singers, like what's it called? Britpop? No, K-pop. I think he's one of those K-pop singers, and they all look like so perfect and all this great voices, and they work so hard. Those K-pop stars, they work so hard. They really do. So I'll try and fix that for you next week, okay? Evening to Jet in Canterbury. Thank you very much for that, my love. She says you can actually die laughing. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Well, I hope I don't have any deaths on the show today. Don't start prosecuting me. I'm going to sue you. You killed my mum for laughing at you. Please don't die laughing or anything like that. Right, hang on. Let's have a quick look at this, what she sent me. You can die from laughing. Here we are. Look, here we are. Yes, it's possible to die from laughing, but don't let this stop you enjoying your favourite sitcom. There are just a handful of reported cases due to intense laughter causing a heart attack or suffocation. Is anyone having heart palpitations at the moment? Calm down. Calm. Oh, I feel like I've got a new religion coming here. Calm. People have been known to faint from laughing, which can cause injuries, and some narcolepsy sufferers report temporary losses of consciousness. often happens to me while I'm doing this show. In fact, I'm pretty unconscious at the moment, can you tell? Triggered by laughing or other strong emotions. Or what about a sad emotion or something like that? Maybe you've just been dumped, have you? Oh, never mind. Listen, you're better off without them. You absolutely are. You are better off without them if you've just been dumped, darlings. All right, my love? They're not worth the trouble. Listen to Uncle Chris. He has learnt over many, many years. There are some, here it comes, here comes the sting in the tail. Here comes the scorpion and the sting in its tail. Look at this. There are some very rare fatal brain conditions that can cause uncontrollable laughter. And if you're one of those people, I'd like to meet you, because there's so much better finding someone who has a little bit of a laugh with you rather than one of those permanently miserable people. Come across those sometimes, do you? Yeah, I bet you do. You know, most of them work at Sainsbury's. I'm convinced that most of those permanently miserable people work at Sainsbury's. Or, where's the other place? Oh, or at the post office in Bracknell in Birchill. There's one old bag in there. Oh, she's a miserable cow. Right, she's a miserable cow. Yeah, like, so, you know, you imagine, and I'm sure you're the same, you go to the same post office, don't you? Yes? Same post office all the time, and then you go in there one day to pick up a parcel from Amazon. Now, I don't know why it happens there, because it doesn't happen at the co-op. I can either pick up my parcels from the co-op or the post office. Sometimes it says I can't pick them up from the co-op, so I have to go to the post office or have them delivered here. Co-op, you go there, you got your little mobile phone, you've had the email from Amazon and that little barcode thing, right? Hello, come to pick up a parcel. Okay. I show them the phone. Beep, 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 beep. With their scanner. Well, probably not so many beeps. Beep, just one. Which is disappointing, really. I do like a beep, don't you? Do you like a beep? Beep. Go on, have a beep now. Have a beep with me now. Go on. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, beep. Just one beep. Beep, like that, okay? And then she says, all right, I'll just go and get it. And out of the back, she or he goes. And there you go. Thanks, Chris. Bye. Not the old bag in the co-op. Miserable cow. Have you got any ID? Oh, no, I've forgotten it. But you know, no, can't give it to you without the ID. Yeah, but you know me. Yeah, I know, sir, but we can't give it to you without the ID. Miserable bag. Hate her. No, hate's a bad word. Dislike. Do you know people? Yeah, of course you know people like that. Oh, well, that's how it is. Right, where are we on these messages then? So, yeah, you can die laughing. Comedy shows should come with a warning. So here is a warning. You could possibly die while watching this programme today. Okay? I'm just warning you of that. By the way, you shouldn't be getting any adverts while I'm doing this live. That being, I've turned off the automatic ad thing. I actually turned it off a few weeks ago. Lots of complaints. I mean, I don't mind the adverts on the telly, but blimey, sometimes you're watching these youth at YouTube and it's like every 2 minutes. It's too much. It's too much. Especially if, like me, you're not doing this to make money, which I'm not. I'm doing this because I have fun. And if I can give you a little bit of fun, and obviously not too much laughing after that story today, you know, if I can give you a little bit of fun, then I'm happy. That's what it's about. Okay? So I turn those off. However, I have discovered you can manually insert adverts. Now, I'm sure you're not, you know, bothered by the occasional advert, shall we say 4 or 5 an hour? That'd be all right, wouldn't it? So today, for the first time ever, by experimental force, I'm going to try and insert a couple of adverts in the show. Is that all right with you? I hope that's all right with you. Okay? Now, I'm not exactly sure how that works. There is a button in front of me, right up there, which I am supposed to press or click, and then you get an advert. I don't know really if I'm supposed to stop while that advert is on, and then when the light goes out again, carry on? Or do I just carry on and it kind of pauses me and then picks up from me? So this is going to be very interesting. Very interesting today. And if it's all right with you, I'm going to do the first one now, right? After the advert, I'm going to say the word... Oh, I can't think of a word now. Let's choose a name. I'm going to say the words jet from Canterbury. Okay? All right? So, can you tell me, when you come back to me, do I start with those 3 words, all right? So let's try an advert and see what happens. I will just carry on while the ad's playing and see where it picks up from, and you can let me know. Do you mind? Do you mind? Right, I'm going to press the thing now. Okay, and now I'm going to carry on with the words jet from Canterbury. So do you get jet from Canterbury, or kind of does it stop now? Because I'm not quite sure. Anyway, do let us know. Callum's there. Good evening to Callum today. Callum Williams is in the house. Welcome along to the show there. Good evening from a very cold, damp Cornwall. Hello to you, but I don't know who you are because you haven't put your name on there. All right. Hello to... Roy and I were just watching your Karaoke London programme. Again, don't know who you are because you haven't put your name there. So if you've not texted before, please send your name in as well there, all right? Otherwise, I don't know where you are. Preferably your name and perhaps your town or country, wherever you're from there. All right? Hello to Daryl. Welcome along to Daryl today. Daryl's there. Really enjoyed watching your holiday vlog and the wedding. Hope you're well, been helping me. So thank you. Who's been helping you? What, me? Are you having a little rough time, Daryl, maybe? Yeah, I know. We all go through rough parts, don't we? I had some not medical, not the flu and all that. I had a really rough time just before Christmas, really rough. But you know, it's coming along now slowly, and I'm a little bit better there. So if you're having the same, Daryl, I hope you can pick up soon. All right, and I know it's hard. Try and do things that are funny or amuse you. That often helps. Or music. You know, perhaps there's music that you like listening to or something like that. Evening to Zoe. Evening, Zoe. Good evening, Chris. How are you tonight? I've not been feeling too well. Oh, Zoe's not well either. Been looking forward to the show all day. Can I call you Uncle Chris, as that's how I refer to you to myself? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Actually, the younger gays call me that, and I'm all right with that. Or dad. A couple of them call me dad. I'm their gay dad. Young gay boys have 2 dads. They have a normal dad and a gay dad. And they talk to us about stuff that they can't. And I've got 2 of those as well. 2 sons. So it's a nice thing. It's nice. I like it. So yeah, you can call me Uncle Chris, all right? Jason Hughes. Evening, Jason Hughes. Evening to Maureen tonight, who bought me orchid. She comes to the karaoke. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can just about see it. She bought me this beautiful orchid. In fact, I have so many orchids now from Maureen. Most of them are in this... Well, they're all in this room, my bedroom, and my hallway. And I've never lost one of them. Some of them are 3, 4, 5 years old. And they just go on and on, orchids. Really good things to buy, okay? Thank you, Maureen. Kirsty's there. She's in Benfleet in Essex. I don't know Benfleet. I did DJ there in Essex for a while. Romford at Colours Bar. Then... Basildon at Colours Bar. This is some years ago now. And Southend at Club Art, I think it was called. That was a long time ago. Anyway, Kirsty says, I love your vlogs. You're very relaxing to watch and listen to. She follows my Martin and Sharon from Butler's Empire. Sharon is, of course, my sister. Tracy and Ben. Tracy is my niece. Gary and Stacey. Gary is my nephew. I've been lucky to meet Martin, Sharon, Gary and Stacey at the Ragged Apron. You're such a lovely family. Keep up with a brilliant vlog. So thank you very much, Kirsty. Mark Bowles is there. Mark Bowles is in the house. I'm here, panic over. Just dropped my little man back. Oh, Mark gets access to his little boy on, I don't know if it's Saturdays and Sundays or just Sundays, but he spends his entire week looking forward to seeing his child. If you're someone like that, you know, and you only see your children sort of once a week or something like that, yeah, it's nice, isn't it, when they turn up? But then you have to drop them off, which... it's painful. It's painful, isn't it? Thank you, Mark. Paul Adamson is in the house. Paul pays for YouTube, so he doesn't see any adverts at all. Well, it's all right for some of us with money, Paul. God, blimey. Subscriptions here, subscriptions there. Honestly. Add up all your subscriptions and tell me how much you're paying, dear. I've just signed up. Are you ready for this? I've just signed up, and it was my sister's husband told me, Martin from Butler's Empire. I've just signed up to Chat GPT. £8 a month. You're thinking, why would you do that? That is now the way that I am creating the YouTube thumbnails. They are done with Chat GPT. It's very clever. You upload a picture of yourself and then you tell it what you want. Hi, please make a YouTube thumbnail of me on a London red bus after going to a friend's wedding, driving through London. And it creates a picture. And it's amazing. I was subscribed to Canva, which is another sort of that. I didn't find them as good, so I've gone with ChatGPT now. So when you see the little, you know, when you see all the, like you get YouTube up on your phone, telly, iPad, computer, whatever. You know, when you go on there and you like, say on my channel, and you see all those little pictures of the various different videos from a few weeks ago. They are created with Canva and now ChatGPT. The Jalfrezi one was done with that as well. Very, very clever. The robots are taking over, dears. They really are. Thank you very much. Leslie's there. Hello to Leslie. All right, Leslie. Hi, Chris. Yep, Leslie. Okay, so know who you are now, Leslie. I'll add your names to the thing sort of a bit later. So once you've sent your name in, you shouldn't have to do it again because then you're on the computer. Okay. Jet's got YouTube Premium. Another one with a load of money. God, yeah. Got subscriptions and pay £10 a month, at £15 a month, £20. I wish I could afford such luxuries. I really do. Vera's there. Evening, Vera. She says, you get one quick advert. Yeah. And does it pick up? Where did it pick up? Did it miss out what I was saying? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do one more. We won't do it yet because we've just had one. And I know what I'm going to do. Right, okay. Joe's there. Joe and Sparky, hello to you too. We don't get ads. You must be subscribed as well. There's a lot of rich people watching this programme, dear. I mean, you decide what you spend your money on. Subscriptions or nice holidays. Up to you. Up to you. All right, Darryl. Gary Ross is there. Evening to Gary Ross. I'm not in the chat box, Gary. It's let's have a look. Today it's 2026 petal. Right, why are you telling me that? Did I have the wrong thing on the clock? Hang on. Nope. Well, why are you telling me it's 2026? I don't know. Did I say 2025 at the beginning of... Oh, I must have said 2025 at the beginning of the show. Was that it? Sorry. How do you, Chris? We have really enjoyed watching your vlogs. Super smashing great from Carl and Dottie in Mablethorpe. I've been to Mablethorpe. That when you go up the... you know when you go... There's that awful car park. You know the one I mean, don't you? On the right-hand side, as you're driving into Mablethorpe, there's this awful car park on the right-hand side. It's all open. Pub there where I've had a couple of meals in it. And you carry on. You park in this car park with the very happy people that put the tickets on the car. You know, you buy a ticket, don't you? Oh, they're happy, aren't they? I do wonder why people choose jobs that they don't like. Or maybe they can't get anything else, you know, which is understandable. Anyway, so you go down there and then... Once you park your car, you come out of there and you walk straight along. And on the left is like this concrete thing. And you walk up there and you go along the beach. And it wasn't done too long ago. It's very nice, that part of it. And then if you come back down there and walk past the shops, the shops are a little bit dilapidated, to be honest. There's a really cheap shop. And I think, if I remember rightly, we went to a lovely chip shop. I don't think that's on the main road. Don't you come off the main road to go to this chip shop? Can't think what it was called now, but it was really nice there. Carl, I love Dottie. What a lovely name, Dottie. I don't mind the adverts. They're handy when you need a wee. Okay. Thank you. Hello to Jane and Paul, loving the channel. Thank you, Jane and Paul. Mark, yeah, of course it's painful dropping your boy off. Of course it is. Of course it is, Mark. I know. Mark's got a little boy. He's got two boys actually. He sees one of them, I think. Am I right with that, Mark? He sees one of them. And SJ, lovely name. ESGJAY. Do you know anyone called SJ? No, me neither. I do though. Mark's little boy. And he gets to see him once a week. I told you, Mark, before, you know, if you was to become my husband, right, we could go for what's it called? Where you, I can't think of the word. That, you know, where you keep the boy. What's the word now? Keep the child. Custody. We could go for custody. I told you, I've got 3 bedrooms here. I've got a spare bedroom there for the boy. Yeah, happy days. Yeah. Just imagine if we turned up at court together. Oh, well. Thank you, Mark. Paul pays £20 a month. Blimey. Covers 5 family members, so works out £4 a user. £4! You've got money to burn, love. 4 whole pounds. I was robbed today. Tell you about it in a minute. Worth it to get 0 adverts. YouTube is our main source of viewing, as we don't watch any broadcast TV stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of people like you now, actually, not watching normal TV. A lot of people. My sister's one of them as well. Jet's getting a new car in a couple of weeks, and it has carry. Oh, you're getting one of those. She's getting a JQ7. I looked at those. I didn't have a test drive, but I like the look of it. Big and chunky on the front, isn't it? Really, is that one? And there's another one very similar to it. JQ and can't think of the other one. Chinese cars. She says, I'm getting a new car in a couple of weeks. It's got karaoke built into it. Blimey. It's a Chinese car called JQ7. I know the car, and very nice it is too. I looked at it, but I just wasn't sure because I don't know anything about Chinese cars. I know I don't know nothing about most cars, to be honest. But Chinese cars, I know nothing about them. There's no sort of... they've been going for like 20, 30 years. That part of it's not there, which stopped me actually going to look at one. So, you've got to tell me how you get on with that, Jet. All right, my love. Joe and Sparky, we get a subscription from Sparky's friends, who puts us on the family list so we don't get ads. Oh, my God. You're stealing. You're borrowing someone else's account. Very illegal. They stopped that happening on Netflix, didn't they? I have to pay £10 a month now. Why? I pay the lowest one you can buy. I'm so tired. Funny, isn't it? All right, Gary. Okay. Right. I want to tell you, I've been robbed today, boys and girls. Can we do another advert? Right. After this advert, I'm going to hold up a packet of crisps. Once you've seen the advert, you should see. I think it pauses me, so you should then see the packet of crisps. Can you just tell me if you see the packet of crisps? Okay. So here comes the ad. Right now, according to my thing, the ad is now playing. When the ad finishes, you should see this bag of crisps. So only if you've seen the ad does it pick up again when you see this delightful bag of crisps. If you could let me know that, please, on the text. My text number up there. If you're in the UK, please feel free to use the text 07451 287 337. All right, 07451 287 337 is the text. If you're outside the UK or for some reason can't use the text at all, please feel free to send an email, chris@chrisreardon.co.uk, chris@chrisreardon.co.uk, and that will get to me. Don't try and send me a message in the chat box. I'm seriously not in it, all right? So there we are. I'm not in the chat box. Hi to Gary in Tamworth. Evening, Gary, who says, I don't know what medication you're on, but can I have some? No, I'm like this. You ask my sister on Butler's Empire later on if you're joining them. Butler's Empire is my sister and brother-in-law's channel, Martin. And if you go on there, so she'll tell you, he's always like this. Hyper, happy type person. Yeah. Happier now than it was about 6 weeks ago, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it was. So, yeah, Gary, he wants some medication. I don't have medication. I do have medication, but not for this. Oh, you know how it is as you get older. Oh, dear. Vera didn't get an ad. Mark didn't get an ad. Oh, Patricia didn't get an ad this time. Oh, well. Missed a bit of you talking last time. And Shania is in the house as well. She apologises for lateness. Church things to do as always. Paul Adamson wouldn't have got a thing anyway. Sadly, okay, ex-head of MI6 said you should not connect your phones to any Chinese cars for security concerns. I don't know. I don't know, really. I'm just not sure about that at all. Good evening to Carl Shaw. He's emailing in at the moment. Evening to you, Carl. Welcome along. Well, I've been robbed today, boys and girls. Robbed in a place I never thought I'd be robbed in. The name of the place is the same place I bought my favourite crisps from. These are the best crisps in the world. Now, listen, I don't want any trouble from the vegans or the vegetarians. It says on here somewhere. I'm sure it does. I'm sure it says it on here. Well, I can't find it now. Maybe it isn't. I'm sure it said on there suitable for vegetarians. Thank you very much. Suitable for vegetarians, okay? Maybe not vegans, okay? But these are the best crisps in the world. They're very flavoursome. These are the full fat ones. Sometimes they do the reduced fat ones. Oh, no, dear. Oh, I might as well be eating a piece of sandpaper. Do you know what I mean? You got to have the full fat versions. These are from the lovely Marks and Spencer's. These are not crisps. They are M&S crisps. Very much better. Thank you very much. There you go. Okay, so do try some of those. If you've never tried those before, honey roast ham crisps. It's only a flavouring. There's no dead animal parts in those. Otherwise, I wouldn't be buying them. So I'm in there today, and I've done my shopping. Okay, and most of it's all right. You know, you're always going to pay a little bit more in there. English breakfast tea bags, 50. Marks and Spencer's, £2.50. Well, a little bit pricey. Honey roast ham crisps, £1.50. Yeah, that's about right. That's a lot bigger than the. I think it's bigger than, you know, the large Walker's ones that used to be £1, and I think they're £1.25. I think there's more in that. Anyway, granulated sugar, £1.10. What's that? LT, MTR, GRT, CHDR. Cheese, mature grated, £2.90. A little bit dear. Broccoli bake, £3.50 for a broccoli bake, dear. Shocking. Cold cannon mash, already made up, £3. You're always going to pay a bit for stuff that's already made up, aren't you? Vegetable casserole, special offer, £2.74. Last day. So I got that. I had that for lunch. I had cold cannon mash and veg casserole. Do you like that? Cold cannon mash with bits of vegetable in it, isn't it? That's quite nice, that is. 4 pink lady apples, £2.75. I think they're about £2.30 in Aldi. Okay, so not too bad. Country vegetable soup, £2.75. That sounds dear, but it's thick. Loads of vegetables, and it's big. It's a large thing, okay? And that's really tasty. Blueberries, £2.50. A small bag of black pepper crisps? Small bag of those, £1.15. Now, we know, you probably know, I bet the ladies know, it's actually much dearer to buy a small bag of crisps than that. Because this is £1.50. The small bag, which is probably 3 or 4 of those, okay, £1.15. But of course, you know, you eat the small bag, and you just put the wrapper in a bin somewhere, didn't you? If I open that while I'm walking around the shops, you've then got to roll it up at the top and put it in your bag, and then some come out and all that. You know. Incidentally, talking about walking around eating, you probably do it yourself, don't you? I don't know, sausage rolls, crisps, sweets, and everything. Don't do it in Japan. No, they hate you walking around eating food in Japan, in particular on the trains. I discovered this the other day because I'm looking at places to go on holiday at the moment. Anyway, back to that later. Okay, so that's the main bit. But here comes the thing. Two potatoes. Okay? Now, according to the delightful Marion at church, who I discussed this at great length, because I was going back to my car, I parked in the church car park where I'd been earlier, and Marion, who was in the church, she was coming out, and I bumped into her. I said, "How much have I just been charged for two potatoes?" I said, "If I knew it was going to be that, I would have put them back." Because I don't really look at prices as I'm going around. It's when you get to the till. Beep. Sorry? See if you can guess how much those two potatoes were. I nearly died. I nearly died when that come up on the screen. I thought I'd weighed them incorrectly. Now, Aldi do it differently. They charge you 20, 25p for each potato. In Marks and Spencer's, they weigh them. Now, admittedly, they are quite large. I'm fed up going into Aldi and finding piddly little potatoes so advertised as baked potatoes. And they're not. These are like, slightly larger than new potatoes, which are still nice. But if you're doing like jacket potato and beans, which I'm a big fan of, maybe some cheese. I always put the cheese underneath. Do you do that? You know, when you do it, beans with jacket potato. So open it up, bit of butter, crush, cheese at the bottom, and then the beans on top. And then you leave it a while. Oh, it all melts. Oh, and you know, I'm thinking about it, and I can actually feel my arteries hardening while I'm talking about this cheese. Of course, you know, mature cheese. Now, what's the point of eating mild cheese? Like that processed slice you get at McDonald's. What does that taste of? Nothing. No, mature cheese. Or no, some of that French stuff is horrible. Oh, no. No. Cheddar, dear. Cheddar. There's a particular cheese in France. I was DJing over there some years ago, a long time ago now. And we used to get all the meals included. And at lunchtime, they'd have this cheese at the front door. And it had a heater underneath it. Oh, it stunk. It was awful. How anyone could eat that, I don't know. It was horrible. Oh, it reminded me of my nephew's feet, to be honest. Anyway, so these are the two potatoes. And as you can see, there's my hand, there's the potato. So you could class that as quite large, I suppose, you know. I don't know. And there's two of them. What do you think I paid for those? Let's see if anyone can guess that, all right? Hello to Roy. Good evening to Roy this evening. Yogi Roy, is it? Who sent me a picture of myself, which is a little bit scary. I don't think I'll be looking at that tonight before I go to sleep. Shania didn't get an advert. Stu and Sarah. We saw the advert, and it was clear we had missed what you were doing while the advert was on. We didn't see any of the crisps. Ah, now that's interesting. So how do I know when the advert is finished and then I can carry on? Oh, it's weird, isn't it? I'm not quite sure how to do it. I'll have to look into this a little bit more. Sparky and Joe, the family friend, is a vicar from our church. Well, that doesn't make it right, dear. There's a lot of naughty vicars out there. The family friend is a vicar from our... This is the one that shares the YouTube account. Oh, God. The police will come knocking at your door. You'll be on one of those programmes. Police camera action. I hear that they're already trying to nick you, Paul. Is that right? For going too fast in that wheelchair of yours. Slow down, dear. Slow down. Should be a speed limit on those damn things. I'm going to report you to the police for going too fast in your wheelchair. You're going to have a restrictor put on there. You need a black box put on it to keep an eye on where you're going. The family friend is a vicar from our church, says he knows me and Sparky for 16 years. Oh, it's Joe, is it? But Chris, do you know whose birthday this week is? Sparky's birthday on Thursday. Is it really? We'll sing to you when I'm doing the radio show, okay? We'll sing to you on the radio show. Can I just tell you about my little radio show before we carry on there? And have we got anyone guessing the price of the potato yet? Paul says, shopping at M&S. Some people have money to burn. I shop at Lidl. Well, usually I do most of my shopping in Aldi, but on a Sunday, when I go to church, and today I was playing the organ. I do two masses, 8:30 and 10:30, and after that, I'm in town, and it's what Marks and Spencer's, which is that. Well, actually, there's a little Tesco's across the road, but I go down to Marks and Spencer's for some of their ready meals because they are nice. They are nice, you know. I mean, and I can I can go shopping at Marks and Spencer's, Paul Adamson, because I don't have any YouTube subscriptions, like you lot do. Oh, I've got YouTube subscription, only £15 a month, which means it's only £4 each because we've got a family of 5. You decide what you want to spend your money on. Nice big potatoes, beautiful crisps, or a YouTube subscription. Up to you, my friend. We're getting quite carried away here. Right, we've got some guesses coming in here. Let's have a look. Mark from Ipswich. You're right, Mark. About £6 for the potatoes, or a tenner from Mark in Ipswich. No, not £6 and not a tenner. So I'll give you an incorrect sound for that. Okay. Patricia in Manchester reckons £4.25 for the 2 potatoes. Nope, not £4.25, Patricia in Manchester. Paul Adamson, £1.20 for 2 potatoes. You're getting closer. Here's one. Kirsty in Benfleet in Essex is guessing £2. Ooh, you're close. You're very close. Anyone else want to have a guess? How much for these 2 potatoes? 2 potatoes in Marks and Spencer's. I came out of there with 2 bags of shopping, and they were about 1.5 carrier bags for the shopping, and that came to £33.59. Listen, you can go into Aldi and fill up 2 bags, and it's about £9. I kid you not. Depends on what you buy. As long as you're not buying any chemicals, and by that I mean washing powder, branded fairy liquid and dishwasher tablets, all those sort of things. If you've got no chemicals, you can get 2 bags of shopping in Aldi for about £9 here. But you see, I don't buy. There's no red. Well, I think there is ready meals in there, but I don't really have them. For £33.59 I've spent in there. All right. Mark is guessing £1.70. Ooh, Mark. Ooh. Close though. Evening to Dean. Hello, Dean. Welcome along to the show. Gary Ross, £1.80. Closest yet. Linda from Leicester, £2.30 for 2 potatoes. Shania, £1.80. Mark Bowles, £1.89. Vera from Vera's Choice in the Morning, £3.50. Yeah, look, Paul Adamson, our weekly shopping Lidl is about £40. In Sainsbury's, it used to be £80. But I don't like that. My mum loved Sainsbury's. We always did our shopping in Sainsbury's in Kingston because we lived in Roehampton. She loved Sainsbury's, and continued to love it right up to her passing. May she rest in peace, my mum. I do most of mine in Aldi, as I say. All right. I was going to tell you something then. I can't remember what now. Mark Bowles, £2. I'm going to tell you now. Okay. Okay. The actual price. It's like family fortunes, isn't it? The actual price of these 2 potatoes in Marks and Spencer's, as indicated, is £1.86 for 2 very nice potatoes. Gosh. £1. That wasn't the only really expensive thing on there. And like I say, I go round and I fill up my little basket. And I don't have a trolley, I have a little basket. Bloke on his own, you know. They must. You know, when you get to the till, you get those ready meals for well, I mean, I'd say for one. You know, what is that? One mouse. Usually the two ones. Ready meal for two. That does me. Ready meal for one. They look at oh, how sad. He's buying meals on his own. That wasn't the only dear thing. I bought a loaf of bread in there. I bought a really nice loaf of sourdough bread. You would die when I tell you the price of that in a moment. Some more guesses here. Maureen was guessing £2.20. Jet in Canterbury, £1.85. You were the closest, Jet. Mark in Ipswich, I spent about that in the co-op, and that was just one bag of food, a few meals, cat biscuits and cat litter. It is a rip-off. It really is. I mean, so dear. Vera reckons that's cheap. What? £1.86 for 2 potatoes? How is that cheap? Well, what? It's not like they've been walking around or anything, is it? They've just been in the ground on their own growing. I suppose someone's had to pick them out of the ground. I mean, it's not too much effort to do that, is it? I'm going to have to grow my own. I've done that before. Over on the emails, Robbie and Pauline, hello to you two. They reckon about £3 for those two. Shocking. Also, what was that song you were whistling? Still in my mind what it could be. Yes, a couple of people identified it. Oh, and I know what it is now. But here it is. Okay, couple of people. It was. How did it go? Oh, I've got it. Da 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 da. Let me get the quite tune. Ba da 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 da. Da, da, da. Here it comes again. Da, 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 da. Now, a couple of people said it was Anything Goes by Cole Porter. It wasn't that one. It was indeed Herb Albert's Tijana Brass. That is Tijuana Brass. That was the song we were talking about the other day. On one of the I can't remember, was it one of the radio shows? One of the radio shows, I think, and we couldn't remember what it was called. Well, yeah, we've got it. And you know, the wonderful thing about doing any of these shows on YouTube, when there's a decent amount of people joining in and watching, any question that you've got, someone will know the answer to it. And that's fantastic. I think that's fantastic. And you know, don't need to be asking ChatGPT or some clever AI bod, any of that. Someone there will know the answer to what we're doing. Anyway, there you go. There's the two things there. Herb Albert Tijana Brass. Sadly, I can't play it for you because we'd be done on the copyright thing then. You don't get done. You can get cut off when you're playing other people's music. All right. Mike Ponto. Mike Ponto reckons those potatoes were £1.50, not quite £1.50, but yeah, you weren't far off there. All right, you weren't far off there. Paul Adamson used to love Roehampton Asda until they changed it and reduced the space between the aisles and made it a pain to get around. I haven't noticed that. I go there sometimes if I'm visiting my mother and father's grave, which I do about 2 or 3 times a year. Then I do go to I go there. Big G just joining us there. Good evening, Big J. Sorry, messaged your private number by mistake. Again? Well, you did that last night, love. Can I make a suggestion? Delete my private number because you clearly... Can you not label it something else so you know who you're texting? You know? Dear me. Here's another one. He complained bitterly last night at the karaoke, right? He sent me in a couple of songs in order, right? So I played the first one on the side. He comes on the stage and moans, I don't want that one yet. Don't want that. Well, why did you put that one first? Anyway, he says, message your private number. Just woke up from the afternoon nap. Hey, there's another one. There's a little afternoon nap in the afternoon. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's lovely. Anyway, I've got a really busy night tonight. After this, I'm going up to the caravan. I've got caravan in Lincolnshire. I got that to be near my sister when I go up and visit her. It'd be my last visit, actually, until April, because they closed the site in February and March. Well, thank God for that. Far too cold to be going up there. Thank you very much. All right, can I just tell you about my little radio programme that I do, boys and girls? There you go. Okay, it's Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. till 10 a.m. It's only on for an hour in the morning. And if you just go on your phone or your computer, anything like that, and type in reachonair.com, and then there'll be a little listen button there somewhere. Okay, and you can join us in there. If you want to watch the show, you can't watch it on YouTube, unfortunately, because we play music. But there is a thing called Twitch. All right, if you download that, completely free of charge to download that, set up your free account, and then you can look for me there. My username is Chris Reardon UK. All right. Now I hope you don't mind a moment. Auntie Brenda is calling. Just a minute. I'll put the thing back up so you can write that down if you want to. Excuse me a minute. All right, Brenda.
Did you just leave?
No. I'll ring you a little bit later if that's all right.
Oh, somebody just rang me.
Not me, Brenda. Yes, thank you. Yeah. I'll ring you later. Bye, Brenda. Yeah, Auntie Brenda. I usually call her each night. We haven't got around to her time yet, though. Larry. Liver Sausage Larry. Is that... What sort of name is that? Liver Sausage Larry. Wasn't the Asda there next to the old KLG when you were there in Roehampton? No, the Asda wasn't there. I think the Asda was the KLG. I think Asda was the KLG. You're quite right. The KLG was this industrial business that used to be on the site where Asda is now. That's right. Or the Putney Sainsbury's. Was that there? Putney Sainsbury's. Oh, I don't remember Putney Sainsbury's. No, I don't remember Putney Sainsbury's at all. And that's from Liver Sausage Larry there. All righty. Okay, so that's that. Let's get on with the show, my darlings, because we've got lots to chat about here. Sean Ryan there. Evening to Sean. Let me just... oh, where's that gone? There we are. Sean. Oh, lost it again. Hang on. Sean Ryan. Hello to you, Sean. Hi, Chris. Ari, stroppy post office employees. I was doing a financial matter and my sister asked me for ID. Oh, really? Oh, she can't be... My sister would probably do something like that to me. Yeah. Anyway, she's going to be in a very good mood, hopefully, when I see her on Wednesday, actually. I think Wednesday afternoon, when I hand over her bag, but at enormous expense. Great time was spent selecting this bag, and she's going to get it on Wednesday from me there. Roy Yogi says, I've got a question, Chris, that maybe by the people might know the answer to... And the question is name all the extras in the cast of the first film of Superman. Oh, I wouldn't know that. Anyone watch the first Superman? I can kind of take that or leave that Superman, to be honest, Roy. You know. Thank you very much. Where's that email gone from? Let me just try and find that again. I should have read that before I put it there. Where is it now? I forgot. I've lost it now. There was. There it is. I don't know who this is from. Orsgy1, I think it says there. Anyway, Orsgy1 says baked potatoes 10 minutes in the microwave, then 20 minutes in the air fryer. Actually, I do them quicker than that. 10 minutes in the microwave. You know, well, no, probably about 14 minutes in the microwave. I turn them over halfway, and then just a few minutes in the air fryer, and they do seem to come out well there. So very, very nice indeed. Thank you very much. All righty, boys and girls. Something else for you here. Now, see if you can work this out. I've had a parcel go missing. First time ever. I've had a parcel go missing. Very, very strange and mysterious. Right? So I ordered one of the indoor Ring cameras. I'm sure some of you got the Ring doorbell cameras. And I got this one from eBay because it was like 10 quid cheaper. And I often buy second-hand things or refurbished. You can save an awful lot of money. buying refurbished things, boys and girls. So I bought this one. Then I got the texts while I was at the wedding. Now, I don't know about you, but it seems to me whenever someone rings the Ring doorbell, I'm slightly in a bad signal area and you can't answer the damn thing. Never seems to happen when I'm in somewhere with a good phone signal. And as you probably know, the 3 signal has got pretty bad ever since they joined up with Vodafone. I'm finding that everywhere. My neighbour as well. It barely works in the house, my blooming phone. It's terrible. Don't know what they've done to the network, but the 3 signal is not as good as it was before they joined up with Vodafone. Don't know if the Vodafone issue is the same there. Anyway, so that's it. So beep, 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 beep. Oh, someone at my door. Try. No, not working. Oh, you have a bad signal. Oh, God. Oh, fine. No. Anyway, so it turns out it was the post office delivering my thing, and we have delivered it to your safe space, which is like an internal porch thing behind a gate, right? Okay, fine. Anyway, so I quickly checked the cameras. I've got 2 cameras at the front, 1 at the back, 1 around the side, and there indeed is the postman coming along and then going again. I got back here around about 8:30 on Friday. Went in the house. I thought, oh, it's parcel outside, isn't it? Went out to my safe space. No parcel. So it's dark now. I'm walking around looking. Where's this parcel? Maybe they've dropped it outside the front door, which has happened to before. That's happened with a laptop before. A £400 laptop. I come back one day. What's that propped up against the door? A laptop. I mean, if you get stuff delivered Amazon, you'll know exactly where I'm coming from here. Because it's happened to you, isn't it? You've got that. What's that? Oh, they've just left it outside the front door. Not here. No parcel. I knocked on my neighbour's door. Didn't take a parcel at all. No, I haven't had anything today. Oh, we had 1 parcel delivered to us. Okay, right, fine. Got a great neighbour. Dave and Karen live next door. Lovely, lovely people. Anyway, so I've come back here and I'm looking. I'm now looking more intensely at my Ring cameras. And you see the postman come to the door. He's got 2 parcels. I can see 2 parcels in his hand. Comes to my front door. Can't see the floor on the camera, but I can see in front of it, right? And then when he walks back the other way, 1 parcel in his hand. Okay, fine. Which he then stops and gives to my neighbour, because I can see my neighbour's house as well. My neighbour's perfectly all right with that. I asked him permission, agent, do you mind if I put a camera here? It will see your house as well. If not, then that's fine. No, that'd be great. And he's got one as well, and he can see my house. So he's gone away. I thought, well, he's obviously dropped it there. Then I went on, you get an email. We have put it in your safe space. And I pulled up this photograph and they haven't put it in my safe space. What they've done is exactly what I just said to you. They've dropped it in front of my front door. And there you can clearly see the little box wrapped in a grey plastic thing dropped on my little doormat in front of the front door. After the postman came, no one else came down my path. I'm on a dead end. After me, there's nothing. You can't walk through the bushes. It's all closed, overgrown and all that. So no one comes past my house unless there's a reason to, or it might be kids playing, which is fine. No one came down there after the postman had been and I got home. Yet there's no parcel. Any idea what you think might have happened? Because we can't work it out. I can't really complain to anyone because there is the picture of the parcel. My cameras have not shown me that someone has come along and nicked it, or the postman, or some of the postman's picked it up under his shoulder and taken it away. But it ain't there. How weird is that? Any ideas? What do you reckon? Any ideas what you think might have happened there? Because if you know, you're a better man than me. I've no idea where that's gone. Anyway, see what you think there, all right? Hello to Beth. Hello to Beth Coolings, is it? Me and Mum have gone down with seasonal flu. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. I've only been able to eat soup. Oh, how awful. Oh, soup's all right, though. What soup do you like? Do you know what I like? Tomato and not cream of tomato and basil. Yes, please. We do like the spices. Thank you very much. Tomato and basil soup. Or thick, not thin vegetable. What's that one called? Minestrone. Oh, might as well just have a glass of water and put a few peas in it, mate. It's so thin, thick, chunky, great big pieces of carrot in there to get stuck in your teeth later on. You're going to pull them out again in front of people. Do be careful if you're cleaning your teeth in front of people, boys and girls. I've seen that before. Someone's gone like that. And, oh, my God. You got a piece of food in your eye from someone's tooth. Not a very pleasant experience. Thank you very much. I've only been able to eat soup. The tune you alluded to sounds more like A Walk in the Black Forest, which I think someone said that as well there. A Walk in the Black Forest by Tajana Brass. Yeah, Herb Albert's Tajana Brass. I think that's probably... I didn't mention the title. That's probably the title. I can't really... I can, I suppose. Hang on a minute. Don't listen. YouTube, don't listen. Right, hang on. Let me play it on here and I'll be able to secretly listen. Oh, actually, I can do it on my headphones, can't I? I'll be able to secretly listen to... Oh, can I? Oh, I can't, no. A Walk in the Black Forest, you say? Ba 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 da 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 da. Let's do it on Spotify. And then I'll be able to tell you yes or no. What's the Herb Albert? Herb Albert's Tajana Brass. That must be his band, is it? I assume that's not the title of the song. So I gave you incorrect information. Please don't report me for giving you incorrect information. BBC Verify need to be watching this to verify everything I say, I reckon. Anyway, A Walk, what is it? A Walk in the Black Forest. Blimey, it's 7 o'clock. Right, here we go. A Walk in the Black Forest. Let's just have a little listen. Is it Herb Albert, isn't it? Herb. Oh, there it is. Well, but just a minute. I'm going to have to cut my mic. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Well done, Dan. Oh, it's Daniel, is it? Who's Beth then? That's a funny email. So your name's Daniel and your email says Beth. That's a strange name. Anyway, that's the one there. Well done. Well done. Hi to no, that's an advert from the Labour Party. Don't think I'll be reading that out today. Okay, well done there. There we go. Here we are, another one there. Herb Albert and the Tajana Brass was the name of the group, not the song. So we are still looking. Well, there it is. A Walk in the Black Forest is the name. Okay, that's the title of there. All right. Hi to Joe in Weymouth. Hello, Joe. Yep, she knows Herb Albert and the Tajana Brass is the name of the band. The tune is called A Walk in the Black Forest. Well done. Well done there. Well done there. Okay. Yep. Thank you, Jason's son. I usually deliver it somewhere else, but it was an eBay thing, so that's why it came here. All right. Now, talking of, as we've got young Joe in Weymouth, I've got a little email from Joe here, which came through for something else. There we go. She loved the cooking video, encouraged me to try cooking from scratch again, because you might have seen the. I did cheat with a bottle of sauce, but you know, the jalfrezi, wasn't it? The Indian jalfrezi. Loved the cooking video. Encouraged me to try cooking from scratch again. Was a bit surprised that you didn't rinse the jar out for recycling. Glass jars. Believe it or not, we don't have to do glass jars. Tins, paper, plastic, gardening, and everything else is in the other bin, believe it or not. Yeah, I know, it's funny, isn't it? We don't have to do jars for some reason. If we did that round here and put jars in the house waste, the bin men would put a contamination label on the bin and wouldn't take it. Oh, they love doing that. They love doing that. I suppose it's different for each council. Oh, yes, it is. The tune you were looking for. Here we go. A Walk in the Black Forest. Keep up the good work. You brighten my day. There we are. Thank you very much. Here we have 3 bins. Like I just told you, the blue bin is for plastic, tins, cardboard, paper. And then we have a brown bin for gardening, which I have to pay 75 quid a year for. And then we have a bin for everything else, basically. But no electrical items. You have to take those to the dump personally. And apparently, if you take a toilet there, you're doing a bit of a refurb, which wouldn't happen in this house unless I've got someone else to do it. If you're doing a bit of a refurb, you have to pay to get rid of a toilet. Don't ask me why. Vera reckons the foxes have taken your parcel. You could be right, Vera. You could be right. And Kirsty reckons maybe a fox picked it up. I'm kind of going with that, to be honest. I think that's exactly what's happened there. Thank you. Shania reckons wind has moved the parcel. Well, it didn't come from me, my love. Has anyone got a problem with wind at the moment? Hi to Jane and Paul texting in there. Does the motion... Oh, why can't I see that? I can't see the message there. Come on, why hasn't that come up? I think the parcel might be in a bin or recycling bin, or a ghost Michael had taken it, says Paul. No, it's not in any of the bins. I checked in there as well. Jane and Paul, does the motion zone... I don't know why I can't open that. Strange. Don't seem to be able to open that. Something about the motion zone on the cameras there. Deb's in Bracknell with us. Evening to you, Debs. She was in fine voice this morning. She's in the choir at church, so hello to you. And I don't know who that is. You haven't put your name there. It was Hurst Jankovic. Herb Albert has nothing to do with that song. Oh, Brian in Fitzwilliam. Thank you very much for that, Brian, there. All right, let me just clear down these messages because it's... and then we can start again, sort of thing. There you go. Delete those. There we go. Jason, talking about cooking, I will try and bake keto flourless triple chocolate cake bits for your birthday and bring them on Saturday. Thank you very much. Yes, my birthday in a couple of weeks. 63. Lucky to get. Never complain about getting too old. A lot of people don't. And they go very, very young, some people. And it's really sad. Janet Keeling, I've always pronounced his band as Tiana. You could well be right. And I forgot to tell you. Okay? As we're moving along here. The other thing I bought from Marks and Spencer's was really nice sourdough loaf. £4.25. A loaf of bread. Don't get me wrong, it's lovely bread. But blimey, if I'd have known it was that dear, I would never have bought it. It's too much, isn't it? £4.25 a loaf of bread. It's not till you get to the till and then you kind of think to yourself, oh, well, I'm here now. I was having this... I turned around and I said, how much... Have you seen how much it is for these 2 potatoes? And I turned around and it was one of those ladies who's had her lips done. Girls, it's up to you what you do. And some of the fellas have it done, especially the gay fellas. They've had their lips done. I'm sorry, no, it's... you're like, oh. I thought she was going to suck my eyeball out at one point. But you mustn't be nasty when they're there. Just try and talk to them like there's nothing wrong with their face. People think it's nice, though. They spend... hundreds of pounds having all this stuff injected into light lips like that. Dear me. Someone, if she'd have been walking past the fish counter, someone might have put her in the basket. Roy says he's got something for wind. Well, take it then. Take it. Jet in Canterbury used to recycle until she had her recycling box without a lid full of paper out during heavy winds. Oh, yeah. I put a brick on top of the paper now to stop the paper from blowing all over the road. The bin men put a contaminated sticker on it and refused to take it. Oh, they're awful, those people, them bin men. Not like the normal bin men that we used to have years ago, is it, eh? Take anything. They would have taken anything. Right, let's move on there, my loves. We're not getting any of the shop done, are we? So that's my bread price for, honestly, what was it? £4.25 for a loaf of bread. I've lost the plot, haven't I? So £4.25, £1.80. So bread and one loaf of bread, 2 potatoes, £4.25, £5.25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 8, 9, 10, £6 and sixpence. 2 potatoes and a loaf of bread. Right, done that now. I'm going to throw that away because it's starting to affect my mental stability. Now, if you like flowers, here's something for you to do soon. Okay? Now, I've already booked a ticket for this. I'm going... Let me just refer to my printer. I am going on... Is it February? Oh, there it is. I'm going on the 9th of February to see the orchids at Kew Garden. Now, I know nothing about orchids other than the beautiful orchids that Maureen keeps bringing into the pub and spending vast fortunes on. You must have spent £100 on orchids for me, Maureen, and they are appreciated. They are. Anyway, they're doing an orchid exhibition at Kew. Now, the ticket is £26.50. It's a bit pricey, but for that, apart from the orchid exhibition, you can go and see the whole gardens. That includes your entry to the whole gardens. It says here, 1 times adult entry and donation, £26.50. 1 times orchid festival entry add-on with adult garden entry. And I think I donated... They sometimes ask for a little donation of a couple of quid as well. So I put that in there. Anyway, so I've got my thing. So I will be going to Kew Gardens. I will be taking my trusty camera with me, which is new. Well, it's new to me. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Okay. And I will be doing a little video in there and chatting to you as we walk around. But there's such pretty little things, orchids. And I've got so many of them in here. And they keep flowering. It says, discover a new side of to Kew at Orchids After Hours. So they also do one at night time. Mine's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going in the afternoon, but they do a nighttime one as well. It says, enjoy exclusive access to the tropical paradise of the Princess of Wales Conservatory as we celebrate China. Wander among the vibrant displays of beautifully lit orchids with live performances, music and more. You'll also have the opportunity to taste some delicious food and cocktails and visit our orchids-inspired shop. All performances and talk are included in the ticket price. Food and drinks sold separately. So there we are. I mean, it looks really nice. That's the nighttime one though. I'm going to the daytime one, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I don't know if I'll have the food and that time. Does it say anything? It doesn't say anything about that. You know, hopefully they will have food there. I mean, as you can see, I'm practically disappearing in front of you now. Desperate for this bag of honey roast crisps. And I shall be eating some of those on my trip up to Lincolnshire a little bit later on. All right. We got Roy, Leslie's RCB partner, Roy. Horst Jankowski's A Walk in the Black Forest, and we're still on that there. 1964, featured in an episode of The Goodies. Goody, goody, yum, yum. Oh, we loved all that old stuff, didn't we, on the telly? Oh, what's on the telly now? Exactly, yeah. They set up their own radio station. It was the only record they had. I can't remember that episode. I bet that was funny, though. It must have been a long time ago, isn't it? So there we are. That's the orchid story there. And as I say, if you want to have a look at the Kew Gardens website, if that's something that you might like to go, why not go? You know, it's all very well me walking around with a camera and filming it. I think you miss, unless you actually go there. It's like being a concert. Have you seen all these kids at concerts? And most of them, like this they are. They watch. They're standing there in a massive venue, Royal Albert Hall or something like that, with their cameras, and they watch the whole show through their camera, and then they upload it, and then you look, and it's all jumping. Who watches those? I can't believe anyone that sits there and watches some jumping video, because the kids are all dancing up and down, of, I don't know, Harry Styles or someone like that. Who watches those? I can't believe they would. You know, you're wasting your time. Go to a concert and watch it. Not like that at the Barry Manilow concerts I go to. Looks like we made it. Oh, Barry. He's just, they discovered lung cancer on a routine, what are they called? Not MFI, but you know those scan things. You know, the long tube. So anyway, he was having a routine one of those on the advice of his doctor, because he'd had a bit of a cold and he wanted to check his eyes. They found apparently tiny bits growing, which they've actually been able to remove. Well, I didn't know you could do that, did you? I thought once, you know, that's it. But no, he's 82 now, and he's got back on the stage. What a strong man. He may not look it, must he? Austin says, you're right, old age is a privilege. Not everyone gets there. He's 85, Austin. Well done, sir. Many, many years left there, my friend. Many, many years there left, Austin. As a matter of interest, Austin, do you move around a lot? I'm convinced one of the things with long age is keeping moving around, not necessarily going to the gym. I go to the gym and swimming most days, either one or the other, and occasionally both, night and day, sort of two different times, because sometimes I'm a bit of a loss what to do at night, you know, on my own sort of thing. And I'm convinced a longer life, if you want a longer life, you've got to move around, whether it's just walking long distances or something like that. Very, very important there. Thank you, Stuart. Said MRI scan. That was it, MRI scan. Not had one of those yet. I hope not to have some of these things, but, you know, maybe sometime in the future I'll need something like that. Hello to Paul and Lou. Hello to you. Lou has graced us with her presence tonight. Oh, no bingo tonight then, Lou, love. Oh, okay. Sometimes she misses the show because she's at bingo. Rather plays bingo than sits here with us. Shocking state of affairs. Hello, Lou. They're up in Birmingham. Had your bins emptied yet? God. Linda from Leicester. If you boil banana skins and cool the water, it makes great feed for orchids. There you go. See? Get news like that. I must say I've never fed my orchids. You know, I mean, I've done them a couple of curries and things like that. They don't seem to be interested. Funny, isn't it? I think it's ungrateful, to be honest. You know, sometimes I'm eating a bag of crisps here while I'm doing work in front of my computers and all that, and I think, shall I give my orchids a cheese and onion crisp? And I thought, no, I'm going to have them myself. A little bit greedy, that, isn't it, really? Perhaps I should offer them a cheese and onion crisp, or maybe they want your smashed up bananas. Oh, we are quite mad this evening, aren't we? All right. Okay, so can I just tell you my phone? This is new. I've got a new phone. I haven't got the old one with me. I meant to bring it upstairs. But it had a crack in the back. You know, the back of it is glass. This is an iPhone. I've had iPhones for years and years now. When it comes to getting a new one, I never buy a new one. At least a new, up-to-date one. I have bought new iPhones before, you know, but they're always a couple of models down from the one that's out at the moment, because I think you're looking at over 1,000. Am I right now, boys and girls? We'll have an expert on here somewhere. It's like over £1,000 for the latest, all shining, all dancing Apple iPhone now. Over £1,000. I'm not spending £1,000 on a phone, I'm sorry. I've spent a few £100 on a phone before. They have been brand new. My last phone was an iPhone 13 mini, so it was one of the little ones, which I prefer, to be honest. I'm finding this a struggle to hold. I really am. It's too big. I want the one that was a little, they're not massively smaller than that. But anyway, it got a crack in it, and it was been fine. It had been fine with this crack in it. And then when I come back from holiday, come through Gatwick Airport, needed to use a toilet, went in the toilet, put my bag in the sink, sat down on the toilet, finished, got up. Now picked up the bag, it's soaking wet. Why is this bag soaking wet? One of those stupid automatic taps on the sink had switched itself on. They are the same taps. You know when you put your hands under, automatic, and you can't get the water to come out, can you? I always have this. I have to go to the Royal Free Hospital a couple of times a year to have my blood looked at, right? And you put, if you use the toilet there, you put your in and out, and come on. And a be bloke next to me, you know, on it comes. Don't work for me. These things don't work. In and out. Oh, and the water comes on, and then you do that, and it stops again, doesn't it? I hate it. Well, clearly I've found the answer to that. Place a red bag in the sink before you start. Then the water comes on. This bag was bad, and I had to tip it up and pour the water out. Guess what was in there? The phone. Don't worry, it's waterproof. Not waterproof if there's a great big piece of glass missing on the back, is it? But it worked fine. So I carried on using it. Then I wanted to take a WhatsApp video call with my sister, Sharon, from Butler's Empire. They've got a live on tonight at 8 o'clock here on YouTube, okay? And so I FaceTimed her in the morning. Oh, well, why is there a mist? And immediately I knew what it was. There's like a mist in the camera. That's it. I don't think that's repairable. I really don't think that's repairable. So I thought, I'm going to have to get a new phone now. And what I did, here it comes. I'm going to save you hundreds and hundreds of pounds here. Don't buy new tech. Okay? Second-hand, refurbished, fine. This, I was on an iPhone 13. This is an iPhone 14. So it's the next model up. I believe we're on 17 at the moment. Hang on, let me check. 14, 16, 17. The latest iPhone. Right, okay. So we're now on iPhone 17. So this is 3 back. 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay? This is 3 back. And I bought this from Amazon Renewed. Now, if you buy it from Amazon, you get your usual Amazon guarantee on there. Any problems, 30 days, send it back. Your money comes back or it's replaced. Never had a problem with Amazon. I think they're brilliant. You want to send something back, it's all very, very easy. You know, I'm sure one or two of you or many of you have sent stuff back to Amazon, had a problem, you contact them, their service. You never really speak to anyone, although I gather you can phone call them. I believe there is a number or something like that. And it's all sorted. I had a little issue with a couple of weeks ago, and I'd sent something back just after Christmas actually, and the refund hadn't come. Okay, so I sent them an email, and within a couple of hours, very sorry, refund is now in your account, and there it was. Very, very good. So this is an iPhone 14 I bought off Amazon Renewed. Works perfectly. You don't always get 100% battery. I'll tell you what the battery is on this. And it seems much better than the other one. The other one I was charging 2.5 to 3 times a day. So let's have a little look. Battery, I'm going to show you. Battery health, there we go. Okay, 86%. I say? So it's, maximum, 86% on the battery. So this should do me for another couple of years. The point is, everything works perfectly all right. Battery's okay. I've always got one of those charging packs anyway if I run out of battery. £292. £292 instead of about £1,000 if I was to buy a brand new one. So do you see what I mean? And that is an Amazon Renewed one. There are other companies doing these sort of things. One is called Black Market. One is called Magpie. And I know many people that use these services and they buy a second-hand or refurbished iPhone, Samsung Galaxy, any of those things there, and you save hundreds of pounds by not having brand new. Okay, I very much doubt that any of you are one of these people that are queuing up outside bleeding Apple store as soon as the new phone has come out at 4 o'clock in the morning to hand over £1,000. Oh, look at my new iPhone. I got a brand new iPhone. And what does that do more than this one does. Oh, the picture is much better. Can you see that with your eyes? Or is it just a figure? Or is it 10 million pixels? This one is 1 million pixels. I'm looking at it. Does the picture look any better, really? I mean, not really, does it? Come on. Come on. I mean, there'd have to be a really big jump in technology or something new to make me buy a new iPhone, and I don't see it coming along. Each year a new iPhone comes out and that's a little bit better and that's a little bit better and that's, but can you tell? Oh, the processor is 0.5 of a second faster. How does that affect me in my daily life? It doesn't, does it? Waste of money. Second, look second hand. Amazon, Black Market, Magpie. I don't know how Black Market and Magpie are like with their returns. That's why I stick to Amazon, because I've never had a problem. They're really, really good. So there you go. Another thing is computers, laptops, stuff like that. Probably televisions as well. Where I'm going to my caravan, I've got 2 computers up there. They are both refurbished ones. One is coming up to 4 or 5 years old now. That's how long I've had it. Still working. I did have another one on there. It fouled, and it fouled because there's a lot of damp in caravans. Okay, caravans, because you're not there all the time, they get quite humid. The humidity can be quite high in there, especially in the cold weather. However, I've sorted that out now because I've now got an electric humidifier that is waiting up there for installation. It's already up there, and my lovely sister and brother-in-law took it round to my caravan this afternoon, all ready for my installation. DIY with Chris. You can't wait, can you? Mark Bowles will be waiting for that. DIY. It may involve drilling a hole in the floor. Now, if you know me, you'll know about my DIY skills. They are disastrous. But don't worry, the camera will be rolling, I think. Unless I get my nephew to do it, in which case he'll do it on his YouTube channel, Gary and Stacey Vlogs. So I've got that. But before that, one of the computers failed and it kept going in the repair place. And she'd say, oh, this is rusty and this is rusty. And eventually all the connections on the motherboard for, I think, the memory had gone rusty. And there wasn't an awful lot she could do. But she kept it going. And then the next time it went wrong, I thought, do you know what? I'll get another one. And I ordered another refurbished computer. Right. Okay. Not quite the spec of a brand new one. I think we had USB 3s. I'm pretty sure we had. Is it USB 3? USB. Hang on a minute. Can't remember what it's called now. USB 3. USB 3. Yeah, USB 3. I think there's a USB 3. I think there's another one up from that now, isn't there? Anyway, so it had USB 3s. It wouldn't run my one of my cameras, because it was fast enough. But apart from that, everything worked fine on this new refurbished computer. So, the spec that I would have usually had, the price of a computer would have been about 750 quid. This is like, you know, the big box computers, not laptop, 750 quid. You don't really want to leave anything expensive in a caravan. Reasonably easy to get into, even with couple of cameras around and all that. Still, someone can get in and nick whatever you've got there. You'd never have expensive art or very high quality television and sound system in there and all. You don't want that in a caravan. So I didn't want to spend all that money, and I thought I'm going to buy another refurbished one. Again, Amazon refurbished, £90. Yep. £90 for this computer, and it runs my radio show. If I do the radio show up there, which I'll be doing next week, and it will run YouTube, I can do a show up there all on this computer, which has cost me £90. So next time you need to replace something, do have a look around on these renew sites and stuff like that, okay, and see how you get on. All right. Now, I'm going to play an advert now, and we'll see how this goes. After I played the advert, right, I'm going to show you a potato. Okay? I want you to tell me, okay, by text or email, if you see the potato immediately after the ad or you don't see the potato at all. So here comes the ad. Some of you won't get the ad. Right, there's the potato. You see, the trouble is I don't know how long the ad's on for. Is it like 20 seconds or half a minute or something like that? Can you let me know if you saw the potato or not? If you don't get ads anyway because you paid for the premium, don't let me know anyway because that's why it is, all right. Sarah, Stu and Sarah, it starts £800 for a new iPhone 17, just under £800 there. There you go. So £220, £800, happy days. Shania's had an MRI scan. Not as bad as you would think, unless you're claustrophobic. Yep, that's me, I'm afraid. I'd hate it. Mark! Why didn't you take your bag in the bin with you? What bag? Why didn't you take your bag in the bin with you? Don't try that again, Mark. Don't know what you're talking about. Big G, my better half brings me back a phone from China, brand new, half the price. Absolutely. Yeah, but would you get an iPhone in China? I don't think you get iPhone in China. Don't know. Dean got a clip-on microphone for when I do live feeds on my phone from Amazon for 20 quid. Yeah, I've got the Rode ones, okay, that I use. Now this, and I've got to mention Rode as well, because this failed. You get little things, you get two microphones, 80 quid this was, you get two microphones and a thing to plug into your phone, right? And you put your mics in each side. This one stopped charging on that side. I sent them an email. Hello, problem with that, which I bought. When did I buy these? November, I think. So the microphones are not in there because this is the old one. I tell you, less than 48 hours after I complained, a new one arrived in the post. Great service. Rode microphones. Highly recommend their service. Fantastic service there. Okay, can you see I've written old on there so I don't confuse it with the old one. But yeah, one of them failed. So great service from Rode there. I must mention that. Vera didn't get an ad. Okay, thank you. Debs saw the potato. Did you get the ad though, Debs? Did you get an ad and then the potato? Shania didn't see the potato. Oh my word. This is terrible. Mark says, why did you take your bag to the bog? Oh, no, not my case. It was a little bag that I carry my passport and stuff with that through the airport, you see. All right. Oh, don't now. What are we going to do now? What have I said I was going to do? Austin. Austin still works. There you go. Keeping your mind busy. Are you on your own, Austin, I'm imagining? Keeping your mind busy. When I was in Florida last year, it was the first time I'd used Uber cars, and a couple of old fellas driving around there. And I'm like, oh, do you need to work? Oh, no, don't need to work anymore. I'm just bored sitting at home. And, you know, you get all these people in your car talking to them. I considered doing this here, Uber, just to talk to people in the car and get stories for the show. The only thing is, I don't think it works the same here. We've got so many bleeding rules and regulations here. You can't get anything done. Do you know what I mean? Paul Adamson, thank you, Paul. What's that you've sent me? Oh, the queue of people outside the Apple store somewhere, is it? Queuing for the new iPhone in 2014 in Amsterdam. Did you do that? Oh, come on, Paul. You're better than that. Queuing to have the thing there. No, Debs didn't get an ad. Paul and Lou didn't see the potato, but they got the ad. Well, so it's potatoes or ads, isn't it? Sue and Sarah didn't get an advert this time, and no ad for Jason's son. I don't know how it works. I really don't know how it works. Crazy, isn't it, eh? All right, now, let me see. Robbed. Flowers, I've told you, too many ads. China! Let's talk about China. I'm looking for someone to go on holiday. Again, with my little camera. I gather it's... In China, there's various restrictions on filming and all that. And if I was to go somewhere like that, I would absolutely stick to their restrictions. The only thing is, like, you know, it's easy to make a mistake, isn't it? Maybe film something that you're not supposed to film or something like that. And I like to think I'm very respectful of other people's customs and that sort of thing. It's a shame that people who come to certain other countries aren't the same in their countries. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, if I was to go somewhere perhaps to where I've got to remove, like a mosque. I'm sorry, could you remove? Yeah, no problem with that. Take my shoes off. Please don't take pictures. Actually, I went to Israel, didn't I? And I was in what was I in there? Their church synagogue. I went to synagogue. Never been in a synagogue. I went, what's in the synagogue? So I walked in there. Oh, this is interesting. There was no one around. Taking pictures. Excuse me. Yep. I'm so. Oh, are you on holiday? Yes, I am. I've never been in a synagogue before. Oh, okay. Well, you're very welcome to have a look around. Can I ask you not to take pictures today because it was their Sabbath, and no work happens on a Jewish Sabbath, and taking a picture would be considered work. So, oh, I'm very sorry. Do you want me to delete them? No, that's okay. But please don't take any more. Yep. Straight in my pocket. Walked around. Fine. No problem. I would respect. And the same if I was to go to China or what's the other place? North Korea, someone like that. Please don't take photographs here. Won't take any photographs or videos. Okay. Anyway, so I mentioned China on a show the other day. And one of our regular correspondents, the lovely Matt Martens, who's in very cold Canada. He lives in Canada, and it gets really cold. -2, -3. Oh, it's nothing to them. -30, -40. Oh, dear. Or something like that. I can't remember. What is the... Hang on. Temperature in Canada. Shall we find out? Temperature in... What's that? Is it Winnipeg? Winnipeg. I think it's Winnipeg. Do you want to know what the temperature was at 1 o'clock this afternoon in Winnipeg, Canada, where Matt, I'm sure it's that west where Matt lives? -10, 11, -27. Yeah, good luck. Good luck trying to survive without your heating on there. My sister does that. They don't put the heating on. Won't put the heating on. I sat there freezing on Christmas Day. I had to keep putting logs on the fire. What a pain that is. Blimey, it's like every 10 minutes another log on the fire. They don't last very long, do they? Then she put a shovel of coal on. Well, that didn't make much bleeding difference. Need one of those glass things, whatever they're called. Hot stoves or something like that. You don't seem to have to put so much in those, do you? Anyway, it's -27 at the moment in Canada. Well, rather you than me, Matt. Anyway, rather kindly, Matt has looked up China for us. Because the problem I would have is food. I'm sorry, I don't like Chinese food. End of. I don't like the smell. I really don't like the smell. If you're Chinese, please don't be offended by that. It's just something I don't like. You know, I've only just discovered Indian food. Literally, at 62 years old, I had my first visit to an Indian restaurant while I was in Fuerteventura last week. First time I've ever been in one. And it was nice. But I've always liked the smell of Indian food. Chinese food, I'm sorry, no. And I look, people order them in from takeaways and all that, and then a little bleeding silver foil thing. I take that no, not for me. Not for me. So I would have a problem with Chinese food, you see. Matt says, after watching your video, I decided to engage with Google Gemini. Is that another AI thing, isn't it? Regarding the research you mentioned, having to do a possible trip to China. So what would I do in China? I've been coming across these TikToks and YouTubes of Chinese cities. And they are way, way ahead of anything in the Western Hemisphere. I'm telling you. The transport, the light up cities, the shops, the way they pay for stuff, they are the cars, automatic cars. They are way ahead of everyone. And I just don't think we realise how far ahead they are. And I've seen these TikToks and these places, these people step out and they're like, And that's what's interesting me. And plus, you can see some of the old things, can't you? You know, those, I don't know what they're called, the houses, and the roofs are kind of like that, aren't they? You know, it is of interest to me. It is of interest to me. But what would I eat? Don't fancy noodles. I wanted to share below the conversation with you I had with Google Gemini, with the hopes it helps a tiny bit. So it was a really comprehensive email we sent me. So there's just a few bits from here, Matt, and I'm very much appreciative to what you've wrote here. Just a few bits to read out here. Where in China does British Airways fly to from London? Because again, when flying, I tend to stick on British Airways. I won't go on a Ryanair plane. Refuse to go on there. I think he's a bleeding rude man, that bloke who runs that, and the company. I don't want to be sandwiched in between tiny, tiny little chairs with my feet up someone else's bum. Not that they fly to China anywhere. But I'm a bit funny with flying British Airways or Virgin. I would like to try one of the, I don't know what you class them as, Arabian Airlines, like Emirates and Qatar, Emirates. They're supposed to be really good, aren't they? Singapore Airlines, supposed to be fantastic. But then I think to myself, well, I wonder what food they've got on there. Whereas you kind of know what you're going to get on British Airways or Virgin, don't you? I'm really funny with food. British Airways currently operates direct flights from London Heathrow to the following places. Shanghai. Goes to Shanghai Pudong Air International Airport. Beijing. Flights typically arrive at Beijing Daxing Airport International and Hong Kong. Key travel information, 12 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours, 30. So quite a long flight, you know. One of those flights, I'd be saving up to get the nice seats. Push a button, lay flat, go to sleep. I'd absolutely be saving up for one of those seats. I can't sit in one of those seats with my legs up someone's bum. It says, while British Airways has historically served other cities... Oh, no, I haven't marked that one out there. So there we are. They're the general there. Because of its history as a British territory, the city's food scene is a blend of East and West. We're talking here about Hong Kong. It's overwhelmingly the most popular and easiest destination to visit while still having access to normal Western food. When we say normal, it's normal for us. Of course, it's not normal for the Chinese. They have their own stuff, don't they? Iceland has that smelly fish. I wouldn't touch that with a barge pole. But that's their culture. You know, just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's rubbish. Chinese food is not rubbish. It's just not for me. And he says Hong Kong is overwhelmingly the most popular and easiest destination. Because of its history as a British territory, the city's food scene is a blend of East and West, and it feels much more familiar to a UK traveller than mainland China. But am I defeating the object here? I want to see that very fast train in China. Floats, doesn't it? Maglev floats above the rails on magnets. Hundreds of miles an hour this goes. Want to go on it. Hong Kong, the top choice. The food, you can find everything from... What's the time? Blimey, it's 7:45. From high-end British gastropubs to Marks and Spencer's food halls, Western-style bakeries, steakhouses, Italian restaurants are on almost every corner in areas like Central, Soho and Tsim Sha Tsui. The Comfort Factory, you'll find many British bands there. And Cha Chan Tengs, which are tea restaurants. Hello for the cup of tea. That serve localised versions of Western comfort food like macaroni soup or French toast. I don't know what macaroni soup is. That's a new one to me. English language. English is an official language in Hong Kong. Almost all menus are bilingual, making it stress-free to order exactly what you want. Shanghai. If you want to visit mainland China but are worried about the food, Shanghai is the best second choice. So Shanghai, you're in China as we know it. Hong Kong is of course China, but do you know what I mean? Shanghai, that's the place. Isn't that the capital city? International hub. Shanghai, it's China's most international city. The French concession area is packed with Western cafes, brunch spots and pizza places. So there we are. Expat community there because of the large number of British and European expats living there. The quality of normal Western food is very high. And he asked the Google Gemini, I have a vegetarian British friend who wants to visit China but can't stand Chinese food. He only speaks English and needs guidance. Like I say, this doesn't mean, I don't mean Chinese food is rubbish. In fact, I have a very good friend who's connected a lot with China. And he tells me the actual rates of cancer and things like that are a lot less in China because they don't put so much rubbish in the bleeding foods like they do here and in America. You know, chemicals and all this, that and the other. Doesn't happen in China. Anyway, it came up. Travelling to China as a vegetarian who dislikes Chinese food and only speaks English is a challenge, but it's manageable with the right strategy. The key is to treat Hong Kong as the primary base and use specific westernised hubs if visiting the mainland. Make Hong Kong the primary destination. And it goes on there. It says, stick to international hotels, places like the Marriott, Hilton, that kind of makes sense, or the Shangri-La will always have English-speaking things there. So there's a lot more to that. Thank you very much. Hong Kong, veggie, they give it 4 out of 5. You know, for stuff there, and they give you the prices and stuff like that. And it's really a very comprehensive email. So thanks very much to Matt Martens for that, and I'll be holding on to that and considering that as one of the places. Another place I want to visit, Germany. Now I think someone else is going to Germany. There we are. Paul Adamson is planning to visit Berlin sometime in March if you fancy coming. Not Berlin for me. No, I would be visiting Cologne because there's a massive cathedral there, very old cathedral, which I really want to visit. The crazy thing is, of course, I've looked at prices here. Now you jump on a train and go all the way there. Hideously more expensive than getting a British Airways plane. Why is it? They all want us to go on trains, don't they? And not to fly. And yet, when you price stuff up, it's much cheaper to go on a plane than it is to go on a train anywhere. I don't get it. Including going up to visit my niece who's in Scotland. She lives in Scotland. I'm going up there again in July. I looked at the train prices and the plane prices are so much cheaper. And a lot quicker, of course. I mean, you have to. The trouble is with planes, of course, you have to factor in the amount of mucking around you do at airports and all that, don't you? Whereas a train, you kind of just get on it. I mean, especially if you're like domestic, no passports. You turn up at the train 10 minutes before it's due, get on the train, and off it goes. But you're on it for hours, dear, hours. Can we have one of those Chinese trains here, please? No, they wouldn't be able to agree with it. Look at that mess they made of the high-speed 2 thing going up north. That was all cut to bits, weren't it? Ridiculous. Anyway, there we go. Mark says, on the subject of your bag, just keep your bag on your shoulder when you go to the toilet. I don't get it, dear. Thank you, Mark. Can I carry your bags for you as well, please, Mark? Would you carry my bags for me? Great niece Evie, she's got this boyfriend, Jaden. And they're both 13. And it's a second boyfriend, actually. And he's very good to her. He waits for her when she goes to school. And he takes her bag off her and walks it into school. It's nice, isn't it? Maureen got the ad, but no potato. Thank you, ad. No, so it clearly misses out a bit of the show. So I think we might avoid that. I don't know. Roy! China tier cities 1 to 5, being the most modern and developed, to 5, which are large cities not like tiers. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the big cities have Western eateries. You won't starve to death. Do you know, I'm not being funny, Roy. I sometimes I get on the scales and I think, you know, you could probably go a few months not eating anything. No, not you, me. A bit over at the moment. I think we're 13.4 at the moment. You know, I lost quite a bit of weight when I had the flu and the chest infection just before Christmas. Dean, what's he sent me? A photo clip on microphones on Facebook. Let's have a little look there. What have you got then? You all right, Dean? What ones have you got then? Oh, they look quite big, those ones. Is it just the way the picture is? Blimey, they do look big. They're not like my ones. Mine are quite small, Dean. You probably saw them on the Fuerteventura videos there, I would imagine. Yeah. Okay. Let's do some of your messages here. Anyone been to China? Apart from you, Roy. Anyone else been to China? Does that tempt you? And Japan is another place I'd like to go to be honest. They have the most advanced Disney there. And that would really be the purpose of that. Plus, again, a very fast train that I'd like to go on. I saw this video and these people were standing there with the cameras waiting for this train. It went whoosh. Where did that go? You know, they're so fast, those trains in Japan and China there. Thank you, Dean. There's my nephew, Gary. Hello, Gary. I think that fox took the grey parcel. Blimey, that was 2 hours ago we were talking about that, Gary. How far behind are you? Or have you only just joined the live and gone back a bit? Yeah, it's probably what you've done there, isn't it? I think we should have another advert. No, maybe not. Okay, all right then. Paul, we could drive to Cologne. A journey I've made many times. Great city. Couldn't make it up the steps of the church spire. Yeah, I can relate to that because when I went to Paris year before last with my mate at the time, we went to the Le Sacre d'Eur or so. Hang on a minute. What's that called? Big Catholic Church, Paris. The Sacre. Yeah. Basilica du Sacré-Cœur de Montmartre. We went there, and you can go upstairs. I don't think we had to pay. I think you just literally walked up these really well-worn steps. Well, I thought I was going to have a heart attack. Up and up we were going on these steps, but when we got up the top, wow, better view than the Eiffel Tower. And the reason the view is better from there, from the Eiffel Tower, is because you can see the Eiffel Tower from there. Obviously, if you're at the top of the Eiffel Tower and you've got this lovely view, but you can't see the Eiffel Tower because you're on the damn thing, if you see what I mean. So I know what you mean by the steps there. Dean? They are small. Oh, you zoomed in. I thought you might have done. Thank you very much there, G. Vera's been to China 4 times. Last time she lost 1.5 stone. Oh, you don't need to lose any weight, Vera. Thin as a rake, my love. Roy, if you go to China and end up in Beijing, I'll meet you there and take you to North Korea. Wow. See, some people would be scared to do that. I don't know why you would be scared. I mean, if you're going there to get up to things like video stuff that they don't want you to video, well, then you deserve that. You know, why can't people just stick to the rules of another country? It's like when people come here. You know, we have rules. Why can't you just stick to them? I do. If I go to another country, I stick to their rules. That's what it's all about. And then, you know, you say, you know, probably have a guide with you, I would imagine, in North Korea. I don't know about China. That might be a thing. A guided tour. The other thing, of course, if you don't mind me sharing with you, I get a bit of an IBS problem. I don't like to be too far away from a toilet. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry to tell you that. It's true, though. I swear a lot of it's in my head. You know, if you think you're about to go somewhere where there's going to be no toilet for 2 hours, you'll want to go. I'm convinced of that. I came across this problem in Israel on the coaches. It was terrible. And I swore then I'd never get on another coach unless there was a toilet on there. Roy, can you check if there's toilets on the coaches in China, please? Thank you, Dean. Jason, son, Chinese people are very friendly and kind. You'll be treated like a king. I don't want to be treated like a king by anyone, to be honest. Just you know, like a friend. Very friendly there, though. Very friendly. I don't want to miss out any of your messages. By the way, if you're new to the show, can I just tell you, I mentioned this right at the beginning of the show. If you're trying to send me a message in a chat box, I don't see the chat box, okay? It's too busy in the chat box with people talking to each other for me to be able to extract the messages for me. So the way to send me a message is to either... Oh, I've got the wrong camera on there, look. Is to either text it on that number up there in the corner. If you're in the UK, use that text number. But if you want to do it now, do it really quick because I'm going to finish in a couple of minutes' time before 8 o'clock, okay? Or you can send quickly an email to the email address at the bottom. That's the only way you can send a message to me while I'm doing the lives. All right, my loves? If you're watching this today and you sent some messages on the last outdoor video, which would have been the one with the London bus, they will come up at the next outdoor video. I wanted to keep the two separate, otherwise, you know, you're kind of mentioning things and a lot of people won't like these lives because they're different. They're very different. I do lots of different things in my life. Yeah, some people like some bits, some people don't like other bits, some people don't like anything at all, and those sort of people aren't here with us today. Okay. Big G, if it all goes to plan, I'll be going to China in August. Not sure where yet. Well, I imagine you, Big G, you probably eat, I don't know if you eat the same sort of food as me, but they're recommending you use Hong Kong as a base, with the second one as is it Shanghai again? You know, that one. Yeah, if you want, you know, you're a bit worried about the food and that sort of thing. Ah, Roy, yes, they have toilets on everything. Do they really? Oh, excellent news, Roy. Very, very important to have a toilet on a coach. Thank you very much. Okay, we're not going to get to the NHS waiting list thing, are we? I just wanted to tell you quickly before we go now. I'm waiting for an NHS consultant. In November, I was referred to our hospital, one a choice of three. Frimley Park I go to, Frimley Park Hospital. And they said, if it gets to this date, which was Friday just gone, and you haven't heard from us, please give us a call. So I gave them a call. I have a gallstone and stomach issues which have been going on since last March. That's how long. Eventually, I had a scan months later in November. They found a little mobile gallstone in me. And they said that may or may not be causing the pain. You referred me to the hospital November. If it gets to the 23rd of, I think it was 23rd of January, call this number. 23rd of January, Friday, called the number. I'll cut this story very much shorter. She said, I'm really sorry, we've got a very long waiting list at the moment. I said, well, so will I see a consultant? You've got to be, I can't remember if she said I'd been triaged or not. I can't remember. But nevertheless, she said, put it this way. We are now seeing people that were referred to us last February. I was referred to them in November. So, as you can see, if you count that, that would put my appointment for next October. So I'm looking maybe at the paying route. You can see a consultant for a couple of £100. I will definitely do that. I'm going to arrange it tomorrow, hopefully. And then just see where we go from there, really. The pain is not too bad, actually. It's fairly manageable. I know people who have had gallstones and they're in terrible pain. Terrible pain. I'm not at that stage, but it could get there, and I'd like to stop it before it does. So that's where I am. I mean, I can't believe it. When she said that, I'd put the phone down and I was shocked how long I'd have to wait. I don't agree with paying private, so you can jump the queue. I don't agree with it. But what's the option? What option have you got? It's not fair that someone who can't perhaps afford a couple of £100 to see a consultant and someone who can, so he gets to see, he or she gets to see, he or she doesn't get to see. It's completely unfair. But what's the option? There's no other option to do it, is there? So that's what I'm looking at the moment. Okay. Let's have a look. Thank you very much. Got a message here from someone's phone finishing 5-1. Could listen to you chatting all evening, Chris. Love your vlogs and live take. You didn't put your name in there, but never mind. Doesn't matter. Well, yeah, put your name in there so I know you are. And Maureen, any news about George at the karaoke? No, I don't know where George was last night. Don't know where he was. Okay, well, we haven't done everything on the list, but we've done quite a lot of it. All right, and I'm going to disappear now. Thank you very much for joining us on our live tonight. I think I'm back with you next Sunday, as far as I know. Next Sunday at 6 o'clock on this channel. I'll see if I can sort out a little walking around or some video this week. All right, from the caravan. Maybe I'll show you around the caravan. I'll show you around the caravan. It's really old, but it might be of interest to someone. And thank you very much for watching. Thank you everyone who's sent in a text and an email there. And I'll see you again for another live next Sunday at 6 o'clock. And perhaps during the week for one of the other little videos. Have a nice Sunday. Good night now.